Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I do want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai Bashem Kakadash, the bonds of the apostles, and else great millstone for teaching us this truth, peace, and blessings. To the hopeful elect of Shalom, Yahweh is the name of the Henfallen tribute, Bashem is the name, and Yahweh Shai is the name of the begotten Son. Back on the lesson, and today, going to be going to Leviathan and how he will come out in these last days. Which, if you didn't see already, I posted a video on my channel, which is the one you're seeing in the background right here, which I'm about to play, showcasing a gigantic figure, pretty much emerging from Antarctica and moving up, pretty much north, which you're going to see in the video, and going to get a few scriptures to also, go along with it, and loads of lessons to be edifying and, to the point. So let's dive right into it. I'm probably going to, skim through a little bit of this right here, get the information, that we need, and also get one more, because you have a lot of people, speaking on this video right here that's came out. And they're also saying that, it's a USO, which is an unidentified submerged object. It possibly, could be a chariot. I'm not going to rule that out, but who is known to be, in these waters? Leviathan. And what's the name? When you go in the scriptures, he will come out in these last days. And as you see within these movies, just how they say, release the Kraken. Hey, how about Shemashah is going to release Leviathan, man? And this thing is very, very real. People are going to take these lightly. They're going to mock, they're going to scoff, call us crazy, and say that Leviathan is not real. And, whatever the case may be. But in these last days, you will see. And the prophets were right. So let's play this real quick. Don't want to start the intro too long. Let's dive right into it.
I'm trying to document this very weird anomaly taking place on Ventu Sky. I don't know what this blob is here, but it's coming from what looks like Antarctica. If we backtrack a little bit, you're going to see it disappear and reappear on the screen. So we move into Monday the 8th, which was obviously 3 days ago. Watch as we move into Tuesday. This mass pops up with waves of 83.7 feet in height. What in God's name is this thing moving out of Antarctica, as you can see, and then it moves up the coast of Africa into the Atlantic Ocean. Watch this as we move into Wednesday the 10th, Thursday the 11th, which is today.
It's also no coincidence that you see multiple movies coming out. Talking about Godzilla, but Godzilla is pretty much a example of Leviathan, because where else do you think they got the inspiration from to create that type of creature? So you're seeing the spirit being pushed, about Leviathan, or also known as Godzilla. But let's continue on.
Hey, this is going on right now. I don't know if these waves are actually hitting the coast or if this is some sort of glitch in the system, but I've never seen anything like this. This giant blob is showing 83.7 foot waves. This does not seem...
And also when you watch those movies, Godzilla pretty much is, a natural disaster. Everywhere he goes, pretty much causes a storm, And especially when he's maneuvering in the water, you see waves pretty much moving around him. Just, trying to paint an image here.
To be any sort of storm system. Let me zoom back out here. Let's move forward and see where this thing is projected to go. Watch this. Here's Friday the 12th tomorrow, moving more up the African coast. Here is Saturday the 13th. We can see it start to wrap around the northern western coast of Africa up into the Atlantic. Here is Sunday the 14th. Monday the 15th, we are in the Atlantic Ocean with waves of 62.1, 63 feet. This is just incredible. Here is Tuesday the 16th, and look, the entire thing is now in the Atlantic Ocean with averages of about 40 feet. There's 44, 33, 34.3. This is just very weird. What are we looking at here? Here's Wednesday the 17th, the last available data for this. And now we see the entire Atlantic Ocean, which, as we've discussed, is already months ahead of time as far as temperatures. And we're looking at this very odd anomaly coming out of Antarctica. Now watch, I'm going to backtrack. I'll show you where this thing begins. We'll go all the way back to Monday the 8th. This is where the anomaly begins, and sometimes it glitches out. It's very weird. Here's Tuesday the 9th.
Which, also in the comments, some people know that, it's Leviathan. Let's see. People saying Godzilla. This person says it's actually Leviathan, which, people are making jokes about it. I see on the bottom. And that says, I know this because I have been studying them ever since I learned about them in the comments 30 seconds ago. People are taking this lightly. They're making a joke out of it. But once you see Leviathan emerge, you're going to realize that the prophets were right, man, because we've been saying these things through the spirit and prophet Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. But people are mocking and scoffing now, but very soon they won't be laughing. Let's see. And that's why, I kind of brought up earlier, they have released the Kraken, and the Lord's going to release Leviathan, man. And this person knows Leviathan. But let's get this other quick video I got and probably jump to that article, see what we can get out of that, and get a couple scriptures and the Lord's lesson we got to find once again. Let's jump into it.
There's something strange in the water right now outside of South Africa. People are saying that this surfaced and it came from the direction of Antarctica, and now it is larger than the size of Texas. Why isn't everyone talking about this? Take a look at this. So this is the size of this.
And you have once again a few people saying that it's a so-called UFO, a chariot, which I'm not going to rule out the possibility of that, but Leviathan will come out in these last days.
This thing, nobody knows what it is. It's an anomaly, can't be explained, and there's a projection.
Which he also said in the video, I think the one we just played beforehand, where he said this took place, I think, a day after, if not on the same day. And you also had CERN, kick up their engine. You had NASA shooting those 3 missiles, so that could possibly, woken up Leviathan, which it's all due to spin probably how Bashmel shy, whether he may have had it done that way, whatever the case may be, but continue on.
That shows it moving over the last few days. It popped up, it disappeared, and then it reappeared, and now it's right off of the Africa, and it's larger than the state of Texas, to put this in perspective for you. Some people are saying that it's many different things, but this is so strange. So they were using an Earth satellite map, and they measured the size of this anomaly and said the area in the ocean, it's more than 2,000 miles long and 1,510 miles wide. This is insane. What is that in the ocean? And it's also traveling toward America. So over the next few days, it's going to gradually go and grow in size. So what?
Hey, times like never before, as you get in the scriptures.
Is this? Someone said, who released the Kraken? But seriously, what is going on? This happened right after the eclipse. And what is in the water? Can someone please explain? Comment below.
Alright, now let's get the article in the background. Slack it for the background noise. There's a mystery as underwater anomaly larger than Texas spotted off African coast. Now it says a wave anomaly captured by weather mapping systems sparked a global mystery this week, with some internet sleuths even claiming it proves the existence of aliens. Now, the giant cluster of waves over 80 feet high and spanning 2,000 miles, an area larger than Texas, appeared to move through the ocean off the coast of Africa on April 10th in a journey that lasted about 24 hours before it vanished. Some online commenters said the formation could only have been created by something moving under the surface of the sea. As in making it an unidentified submersible object, the ocean equivalent of a UFO, which you guys have been saying it could be UFO. It also could be Leviathan. But either one, we're near the end of this place, man. But a graphic of the incident has been shared widely online and sparked numerous jokes and theories. Some suggest that the anomaly shows the path of a giant underwater sea creature, a Leviathan, or also known as Godzilla. Because, Godzilla pretty much is a spitting image of Leviathan, which when you get in the scriptures in Job 41, it describes and depicts what, Leviathan would look like. Now it says, but Newsweek has learned that in fact it proves nothing more than the fallibility of the data after discovering the anomaly was caused by a model error. Now you have these doubles trying to, sweep it under the rug, doing damage control, trying to keep this hidden for as long as possible. Why do you think the ocean only has, 5%, even less than that, has been explored? They know something's down there. Let's play a quick video. Which I don't think this video has nothing to do with this article. But that's that right there. Let's jump into the scriptures, and you'll get ready to close this thing out. Now it says, Job 41, first verse, canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? And just going to show that, Leviathan is not just some simple creature, man. That's verse 3. It says, will he make any supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? And just going to show that these devils will stand no chance. Yahweh Bashim Shai has covered all routes of escape, on land, on the air, and the sea. He's also get Jeremiah 16:16, how Lord is very soon going to turn his fishers into those hunters. As we have, the chariots going to be beat people down, which you get in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Continue on. Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Or it's like verse 6. Shall the companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Canst thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? As the laying thine hand upon him, remember the battle, do no more. Behold, the hope of him is in vain. Shall not one be cast down even at the sight of him? You're going to have people dying on the spot, people having heart attacks, seeing Leviathan. People are literally going to be panicking. Let's see. So verse 10 says, none is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? When you get the news or the articles of how much the ocean has been explored. Get that real quick. As is 5%. Yet these devils somehow know more about space than the ocean. But we've only explored 5% of our world ocean. That means 95% of our ocean is unknown. You also have other creatures down there, because you also get Wisdom of Solomon, which I'm about to get later. Going to these newly beasts that are created. Which right here, just read real quick. Or unknown wild beast full of rage, newly created. So you're gonna have creatures that may come out you've never seen before, or you never thought were real. And also, Lord's just hiding away certain creatures, because you don't know how these devils are, and what they would do. Hold experiments, try to kill them off, whatever the case may be. Now let's see. Now it says, who hath prevented me that I should repay him? Whatsoever is under the whole heaven is mine. I will not conceal his parts, nor his power, nor his comely proportion. Who can discover the face of his garment, or who can stand to him with his double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face? His teeth are terrible round about. His scales are his pride, shut up together as with a closed seal. One is so near to another that no air can come between them, impenetrable. And you see within these movies, dealing with Godzilla, where missiles don't work against them. People shooting, bullets at them, bouncing off. Now let's see. They are joined one to another. Let me read verse 16 one more time. One is so near to another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together that they cannot be sundered. By his neesings a light doeth shine, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. And out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out. And what does that make you think of? Sounds oddly familiar. And what's an example of what Leviathan looks like? Because come on, where do you think they got the inspiration from to create this creature? Let's go back up top. As out of his mouth go burning lamps, and sparks of fire leap out of his nostrils go smoke, as out of a seething pot or cauldron. As his breath kindleth coals, and a flame goeth out of his mouth, and his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before him. Hey, once Leviathan comes out, he's gonna wreak havoc, man. Let's see. The flakes of his flesh are joined together, they are firm in themselves, they cannot be moved. His heart is as firm as a stone, yet as hard as a piece of nether millstone. When he raises up himself, the mighty are afraid. By reason of breakings they purify themselves. The sword of him that layeth at him cannot hold, the spear of the dart, nor the habergeon. He esteemeth iron as straw. Just going to show the might and how powerful Leviathan is, man. And brass is brought in wood. As the arrow cannot make him flee. Sling stones are turned with him into stubble. Darts are counted as stubble. He laugheth at the shaking of a spear. I remember seeing this one image where he's pretty much laughing. Get it real quick. Trying to find like a little GIF. Yeah, you get the point. Now let's finish this off. Let's see. He laughed at the shaking of his spear. Sharp stones are under him. He spreadeth sharp pointed things upon the mire. He maketh the deep to boil like a pot. He maketh the sea like a pot of ointment. I saw within those a couple of those videos. You saw like the how high the waves were, which this is like 84 plus feet, I believe. And you see how the color is way different from the surroundings. Now it says, he maketh a path to shine after him. One would think the deep to be hoary. Upon earth there is not his like, who is made without fear. He beholdeth all high things. He is king over all the children of pride. But now let's get a couple more scriptures. It's like a longer type of lesson, but it's moving to the spirit. Because this is some heavy stuff, man. You're seeing heavy end time signs. And a lot of things are going on, man. This is especially taking place, I believe, literally a day after the eclipse. If not, around the same time. But in Psalms 104 and 26, there goes the ships. There is that Leviathan, whom thou hast made to play therein. These ships are nothing but, toy submarines. Toy ducks to them. And just going to show these devils will stand no chance. And as I brought up that point earlier, Yahweh Shemashai has covered all routes of escape. There's no running, man. Amos 9 and 3. Another great point right here where Yahweh Shemashai is going to sick. He's going to release Leviathan upon these devils, man. And what's it? He will come out in these last days. And hey, the prophets have been saying these things, man. You heard it here first. And start with the apostles and elders down over that great millstone. That's what the feel like my brothers on down. And I said, and though they hide themselves on top of Carmel, I will search and take them out thence. And you're going to these mountains. And I said, and though they be hid from my sight in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Who do you think the serpent is speaking of, man? See if I can find a good definition for this. I think this is fine right here because I could pull up the blue letter, but pretty much going to a dragon and a large sea creature. Let's say a large snake. Let's see, a dragon or a mythical snake like reptile. And might as well get the blue letter just for verification's sake. Alright, let's see if we can get this real quick. Trying to play the audio for this. It's not playing, but That says a serpent, snake from its hiss. Let's see. Try to find what we want. Actually, go back up top here. I believe I came across this point right here. And it says mythological. That says fleeing serpent or it says of eclipse dragon. Well, this right here, symbolic of world powers, sea monster. But notice also kind of heavy right here, because like I just mentioned, that popped up, I believe, literally a day after, if not a little bit more, after the eclipse took place. Once it's around the same time, so that's heavy. Let's get another scripture. This is Genesis, the first chapter. Because also, it's here in the book of Genesis. When it goes into those whales, which, let's see if we can find it. Let's see, right here. It's Genesis 1:21. Now it says, and the Elohim created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And it says, and the powers saw that it was good. And the main point is right here, going to whales, which is tanin in the Greek. If it loads. Which I'm not sure why the audio is not playing for this. But, it's whatever. Now, it's intensive from the same as, which you see right there, it's a marine or land monster. And as you see, when you watch those movies, Godzilla, or also known as Leviathan, can maneuver within the water as well as walk on land. Now, this is a marine or land monster. And what whale can walk on land? So also going to show it, speaking of these, of another creature. It's also, speaking of whales, but speaking of another creature. Now, it says a marine or land monster, sea serpent or jackal, dragon, sea monster, serpent, and then you have whale. That's really all we need right there. So let's get ready to closing out with these last two scriptures. Slack was kind of a longer type of lesson. Let's continue on. Matthew 24:21-22. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be, so times like never before. And as he's got in Job 41, people are going to be dying at the sight of Leviathan, man. People having heart attacks. And except the days shall be shortened, their flesh be saved, but for like sake, those days shall be shortened. The Lord is hastening those days, man. Now, this is Wisdom of Solomon, the 11th chapter, and 18th verse. It says, see if I missed anything. Yeah, we can read through right here. It says, for thy almighty hand that made the world of matter without form, once did not mean to send among them a multitude of bears, or fierce lions, or unknown wild beasts, full of rage, newly created, breathing out either a fiery vapor or filthy scents of scattered smoke, or shooting horrible sparkles out of their eyes. And what creature do you see now doing that? So go to these creatures that you've never seen before. And also how they may come out into these last days. But hey, what is it as we got Matthew 24 and 21? Hey, times like never before. You're finna see stuff that you never thought could possibly be a reality or be real. But that's it on that right there. I posted that video on my channel, and I believe a few of us most likely spoke on it already. But just going to show the times that we're in, man. Seeing a lot of things happening, end time signs, and a lot of things are going on. And we're nearing the end of this devil's kingdom. And the Lord showing us the times that we were in. And this place is getting ready to be destroyed. Because this is some heavy stuff. So that's really on that. I do want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashem Kakadash, the Bonds of the Apostles, and else great builds over teaching us truth. Peace and blessings, the whole collective of Israel. Shalom. See you next one. Lord willing.